We just did a story on I Know What You Did Last Summer, but they just dropped an official image, and I actually put it on the thumbnail, and it is a badass image. So we'll quickly read through this and get you there. There's the image. That is, oh my God. Man, I tell you, that's beautifully lit. That's amazing cinematography, right? There's so much depth to that one frame. It's just amazing looking. So let me read through this a little bit. Today is a big day here on Bloody Disgusting, as it marks the launch of our massive summer preview, which will feature 30 plus horror movies you don't want to miss this summer, along with the brand. It's hard to keep up with all the. I got like a Rosario. I got to watch that one. I think I'm gonna watch that one. There's so many freaking horror movies. It's tough to keep up with them all. Final Destination. One of the biggest titles slashing our way this summer, of course, is I Know What You Did Last Summer. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are both back for the brand new sequel to the 90s slasher, with Jennifer Caton Robinson in the director's chair. Caton Robinson teases an exclusive chat with Bloody Disgusting. The Fisherman is coming for everyone. Each of our characters end up face to face with the slicker. Is that what it's called? And only some of them make it out alive. Surviving is definitely not in the cards for all of our players. I hope not. It's a slasher movie. Yeah. Sony has also provided Bloody Disgusting with an exclusive first look at The Fisherman from the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. Let's see. Is there any more pictures? No. Okay. And we don't need to look at the trailer again because we already saw it. But yeah, there's a final look at that picture. Man, Nick, does that kind of boost your anticipation for this movie? Like, where are you at with I Know What You Did Last Summer? Take me back.
So it's interesting because, like, I've always liked the first two. Yes, I also like the second one. I'm sure you guys probably do as well. It seems like people like, I don't know, like people that remember early 2000s, late 90s, that era, like there's a soft spot for certain movies like that. I still know is fun. I like it. I like both those movies. So I was kind of like, we're doing a requel to this. Like, I don't know. It's been a long time. I don't really. And then at first, it was Jennifer and Freddie were not signed on at first. When it was like first announced, there was no word that they were actually going to be a part of it. Remember, if you guys remember, talk had started that they were going to do one and that they were in talks. And then there was no update on that. And the movie was going forward and people were like, oh shit. Like, what if they're doing this, Scream 6, like sans the OGs? And so for me personally, I'm actually really looking forward to it now because although I didn't know if it needed a requel, I knew that I had accepted we're just fully in 90s nostalgia right now. And this was bound to get cribbed off of again, so might as well. And when they got Jennifer and Freddie back, I was like, okay, I'm in. I was worried to hear that they weren't on set for a long time. So I was like, this better not be like 5 minutes of screen time type shit, because like,
that would piss me off.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not okay with getting to know new characters, but like, don't market this like it's a return if it's not actually going to be. But I will say The Fisherman in the trailer too looks pretty damn brutal. Like,
I've always loved having a hook as a weapon.
Yeah.
It takes me back to like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. When he lifts her up on that freaking hook, you feel that. Like most slasher movies, when they're doing their slashing, you don't really feel it. But for some reason, man, you felt that freaking, like you probably like did, arched your back a little bit.
Oh yeah.
JG Michael says, hot take, I Know What You Did Last Summer is mid, but I still Know What You Did Last Summer is peak. I completely agree. And the funny thing is, when I first watched I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Having watched it again, because I reviewed it a few years ago, which funny enough, if you watch that review, I was kind of proud of this because the whole movie takes place during a hurricane, like a big thunderstorm. The power, we were literally in the middle of a thunderstorm while I was recording my review, and the power literally goes out in the middle of my review, and I left it in the review. I'm like talking, and all of a sudden it just goes black. You can go watch the review right now. And then I'm like, shit. And at the time I was using like a battery operated lavalier, so I still had audio. But eventually the power kicked back on, but it was kind of funny. But yeah, I separate I Know from Scream because I Know feels more like a coastal type slasher. And I think it gets a bad rap because of Scream. Like if Scream never existed, I think I Know What You Did Last Summer would actually have more fans because it is its own type of slasher movie.
It's
But
Metallica and Megadeth. Scream and
it's exactly. Oh my God, Nick, I could not have said it better. It's Metallica and Megadeth. And some people, I think, like chat, which one do you prefer?
Scream is Megadeth. Scream is Megadeth.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think
because I Know What You Did Last Summer is safe, and Metallica is safe. Yeah, I think I Know What You Did Last Summer is like, it's fine. It wouldn't have existed without Scream, at least not in that capacity, because the book that it's based on is not even a slasher. It is like a true mystery. It's really, really good. It's a great book, especially like a great young adult book.
Yeah.
I just think, I mean, I agree that I Know What You Did Last Summer is kind of mid. I think I like the sequel a little bit better just because it has a little more fun with it. I'm not expecting much from this one, but I do like that it looks like we're seeing some different weapons being implemented by the fisherman killer.
A harpoon,
dude. That trailer, dude. That was that trailer was a kick-ass freaking trailer when that dude gets the harpoon and he's getting pulled across the floor.
And were either one of you guys surprised that the internet sentiment was like down on that trailer? I was shocked. People were like, "Oh, this looks mid." I was like, "I actually think it looks better than I thought."
I think where they're getting it wrong, I think in this one is that they're pretty much remaking the story from the original. Whereas somebody had mentioned in the chat that the urban legend movie that got announced. So with the urban legend movie, they're going with digital age urban legends. So they're actually like bringing it to a modern era. To me, at least from what we saw in that trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer, it doesn't look like they're doing anything to modernize it other than bringing in young characters. It looks like the same sort of event that's happening. So I do wish that they would modernize that part of it to give it just a little bit of a different tilt and a little bit of a different perspective. It would feel more like a requel and less like a remake. So I'm going to go watch it. Of course, I have AMC's A-list, so I'm going to go check it out. But I don't have the, I'm sure I'll have a good enough time in it. I'm not expecting the world from it. So I think that even in that case, like I could still be happy with it. I get really personal about certain movies. Evil Dead Rise, I wanted it to be so much better than it was, even though I did really enjoy it. Halloween 2018, I had the biggest expectations for it, all that kind of stuff. With I Know What You Did Last Summer, I'm like, just entertain me for an hour and 35 minutes and like I'll be happy.
Well, hello there. You just watched an outrageous clip from the Hit the Bricks podcast. I really hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more clips, you can click here or you can click here. And you can just have yourself a ball, all right? And also follow the Hit the Bricks podcast on Spotify as well. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day.